Okay, so let's just be brutally honest. If we're going to hold out and we're going to make it, this sophomore episode, episode 2, is very important. It tells the story of whether or not we're going to make it to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. You get where I'm going. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Marriage DC. As I was saying, I'm talking about sophomore episodes. Episode 2 is more or less more important. It's just like when you're doing an album. Episode 2 is a bit more important than episode 1 because people will watch episode 1 and say, oh, maybe. I don't know. And they'll give episode 2 a try. But when you bomb episode 2, sometimes you don't actually get another go round on episode 3. And this is what happened here with me with Love and Marriage DC. And I am just being honest. Episode 2 felt very much like a filler episode. I'm like, I don't know, honey. I'm nervous. And I'm trembling. I don't know where to get in with this because this is like, okay, I'm going to say this right away. You all need to hurry up and roll out the situation with Winter. We got to roll Winter into this because the Silvas, Chris and Monique, Arena and Jamie. I could have used more Irena and Jamie, but I'm telling you from the door, the Silvas and the Samuels ain't going, them two S's, them two ain't going to hold me. So I'm going to need more of Jamie and Irena, and I'm going to need Winter to be rolled into this to keep me involved. Now, I'm going to go on reputation. Okay, I'm going to go on what I know. And I'm going to hang on because of Carlos. Nothing else. Because I don't know these people. I know them Samuels. And if it was just for just the Samuels, I wouldn't even be here. I'm hanging on because of Carlos. But this episode was not good. In my opinion, it was not. This is not a good sophomore episode. Not at all. Carlos, I'm shocked. But that's all right. That's all right, baby, because your name holds a whole bunch of weight in these streets. So I'm here with you. Love and Marriage, DC. I was excited last week. I walked off from this and said, like I said, I'm nervous and I'm trembling. That's how I felt from the beginning all the way through the end. Let's go on and talk about it. Ashley and Monique sat down and they basically talked about their struggles. Okay, listen. The storyline of my husband's not giving me enough time. I need him to do more with these children. Not on my Saturday. I'm sorry. It might be any other day of the week. But on my Saturday, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. I'll find myself rolling this and watching it on a Wednesday afternoon. Because on my Saturday, I would prefer to sit on my porch and have lemon, Bacardi Limon, and ice. Than to sit inside the house and watch, and then it's the summer. It's summer. You honestly believe I'm going to sit in the house and listen to Ashley and Monique bitch about DJ Quicksilver and Chris Samuels not spending enough time with their kids. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to waste my time in here watching it, and I'm not going to waste my time in here talking about it. I'm not going to do it. So we won't just breeze through. This is going to be a short one, kids. So here we go. Ashley and Monique, boom. They're talking about that same old, them struggles. There was a funny little line about Botox and underarm lipo. I don't know. I've heard about that a long time ago. I watch a lot of reality TV. I heard a long time ago. Botox stops you from sweating underneath your arm. I don't know what that chemical thing is where it makes the sweating stop. I don't know. I couldn't really go deep into what it does to the sweat glands. For me, it's very scary. Okay? Sweating is a natural thing. Your body sweats because it's supposed to. So the very first time I heard that, which was years and years ago, it scared me. I'm not putting Botox anywhere that's going to cause my body not to do the natural function of what it's supposed to do. I mean, you see these wrinkles I got on my forehead? I earned every one of them. Now, I could get some shots, and it'll smooth it out, baby, and I'll be looking like a old, fresh, gray contact wearing egg, honey. But, no, not necessary. I'm 50. And I've earned every line across my forehead. So to each his own. That, I ain't got a real big bad thing with that, because that's just basically stretching the skin out. You stretch your skin out, and it fills that up. And it makes it smooth. And then you look like shit. The cone heads. That ain't no big deal. But up underneath my arm, your body sweats to cool itself. Yeah, I understand, ladies. You know I do drag. So I understand you don't want to be staying in your clothes or messing your clothes or even sweating is gross. But it's necessary. It's necessary. So that literally, and this is just on a personal, because we really ain't got nothing to talk about. So we're just talking. Okay? We're just shooting the shit right now. And I'm just telling you personally, under my arm to stop sweating, I just can't. I can't do it. That scares me. That really scares me to say I'm not going to sweat under my arm. That can't be healthy. Nope. I need more information. I need somebody to come. Listen, somebody reach out to me. I would love to do a lovely interview or a chat live to find out more about what that whole thing is. It just doesn't sound safe to me. It really does. It sounds like the long-term effect would be something that wouldn't be too hot. Listen, put some stuff down in the chat. Or if somebody wants to reach out to me, we could definitely go and have a chit-chat. Lovely chit-chat. Maybe at my Kitchen Table Talk Live segment on my channel. I would love to have that conversation because it's been years since I heard about that. It scares the hell out of me. Anyway, moving on. There's a little saying here, Quicksilver and the CIAA weekend. CIAA weekend was going to be happening in Baltimore. Naturally, it's a big deal. It's bringing him bookings. He has to go to her to tell her it's going to cause problems at home. And it absolutely did. Like I said, moving on. Okay. Then we got Monique goes down to, is it WPGC radio station? They are considering bringing her in. As we all know Monique, so she feel like she already got it. But it's a morning show in D.C. asking her, possibly to be coming on board and doing a morning show from 6 to 10, which would actually bring more drama in her house with the timing because Chris would have to deal with the kids in the morning. Hello, dad, father, creator, spouse, duh. See, this stuff is not, this little dumb stuff here, it's not, this ain't television worthy. I'm sorry, it's not. Moving on. This was the funny part, though. This was the more interesting thing, is the man who's in charge said, see, let me explain to you. I don't want you bringing me reality TV drama. I don't have that to do. So this is where you got to kind of watch, because on the other show, Monique, her name kind of got frazzled in that kerfuffle they had over there. And now you're having to explain yourself and trying to exonerate yourself from, the clownage that took place in Potomac now that you're down in D.C. So that was more interesting. See, that was more worthy of my time on a Saturday evening. Take a note. Move on. This was a mess. Chris sat down with Kevin, which is Winter's husband. I said, this is a weird dynamic. This is a weird dynamic, because Chris was literally sitting, getting all in Kevin's business. I was like, that's different. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's different. That's different. This is usually a conversation that the women have. But he's basically listening to Kevin's side of the story, and it's the complete opposite of what Winter's saying. Winter she's bitter. She's bitter, and she says it's one way. Kevin is saying something different. She basically can't stand him. She feels like she got bamboozled in the whole marriage and who he actually was, and he actually lived with his mama, but he told her he had an apartment, but it's really the basement of his mama's house, and it was this quick marriage and all of this. But he's talking how much he loves her, how much his children are missing, and integrating with her children, and this, that, thing, that. And it's just two separate stories. Personally, it feels as though Chris is too involved, and Monique is absolutely too involved. That's what it feels like. I'm like, this is weird. That feels weird. Moving on. Again, not enough for my Saturday evening. Moving on. So then we meet Neil. Got Neil, Quick, and Jamie. They sit down, and they are having this conversation about the CIAA weekend, and it's just a little friendly, competitive banter. And then they start talking a little bit about jealousy, spouses, and the nightlife. Okay, I mean, that's it. Everybody knows what that's about. DJs are sex symbols. They are. That's all there's to it. They are a job that goes with. They're just like athletes. DJs they get into positions where they may cheat. They get into positions where women hang on to them. So for the spouse, you have to have a lot of understanding and know exactly what you got going on, and that your man is your man. And if your man is not, if you have then you have a problem. That's it's just all. Last night a DJ saved my life. Yeah, sometimes the DJ will pull your panties down. You just got to, that comes right along. They're just like athletes. You got to watch. You got to watch with that. So they talked about that a little bit. I was like, okay, cool. Then we actually had Ashley and Quicksilver, which was kind of funny to me because, of course, they're having this whole vegan dinner party over at Monique's house, and these two that went to eat before they went to the Samuels' house. I found that absolutely hilarious. Now that, for me, was funny. That's good reality TV. That was funny as hell. And shady as a mother. I liked it. It was cool. So, I was like, I always think that stuff like that, like, oh, shady, I would do it, child. I'm going to eat. I ain't coming over here playing with y'all with these impossible burgers and whatnot. And that's what you want to do? That's fabulous. But y'all, I'm eating before I come. And I laughed because they was over there eating shrimp and some fish. I was like, didn't y'all think that they would actually smell that on y'all? But whatever, that's a whole nother situation. Y'all just come in there smelling fishy. But okay. Anyway. So I thought that was funny. But then I was like, now come on, Quick. Wait a minute now. There was a little piece in there where he was talking about, let me put this cucumber in your mouth and stuff. I was like, I don't know how I felt about that. Like, it was a little, did that come off a little crass to y'all? The little jokes about putting the cucumber in her mouth and how he ain't got no small cucumber. He ain't got no shrimp. He got a big cucumber. I was like, I think they thought that was going to come across sexy, but it kind of came across like TMI, TMI. I don't know. I could. Whatever. Moving on. Let's go on to the dinner party. They get there. Irena, girl, you look fabulous, but not for a dinner over at the Samuels house. All that titty out, that was like red carpet stuff. I mean, what doesn't cover but your nipple? That was too much. You literally in a gown. You're in a gown, and Monique got on a skirt and a blouse. So you were overdressed. You were overdressed and underdressed all at the same time. Very interesting. Ashley does not like winter. Period. Ashley got a hard on for winter. Do you understand? There's a whole bug up Ashley's ass, and it's called winter. Okay? Winter is miserable. Winter is miserable, and she is hanging on to any and everything that a man does that she doesn't like. She's hurt. She's hurt, and again, like she feels bamboozled, and it seems like she's really hanging on to everything that a man does that she doesn't care for, because there was a whole little situation in there, and I had to run it back because Jamie shushed. He shushed Irena. And at first I didn't catch it. I was like, what's wrong with Winter? Because she spoke about it in her confessional. So, you're not that drunk. You doing that to her, treating her like that. And I was like, what did he do? And I had to go back. He did shush her. And then Chris actually told Monique to hush at one part, but she needed to shut up because she was playing victim. It can become very sickening at a point with Monique. Just sickening. That victim play, it was sickening. I had COVID, and I had it 2 times, and they didn't even give me no water. They didn't even check on me. I kind of got where Chris, because Chris is touchy. Chris is touchy. He's soft in his feelings. So she knows it, and she will do it in front of people, and she get to playing victim and put him in that position, and she knows he's going to lash out. And he did it right there in front of people, and I was just looking at the both of them like, y'all look stupid up there arguing. And then they did this little fake makeup, and they're going to argue some more later. I was just like, not on my Saturday evening. Moving on. Then we ended up with a little situation where they're just talking, and they didn't believe Irena about Jamie not being, not having some infidelity throughout their years. Okay, so you all have been basically begging them for days to tell you their business. They tell you their version of their business, and then y'all sitting there telling them that y'all basically don't believe them. I thought it was quite rude myself. Quite rude. The fact that Jamie didn't want to talk about it tells me that there could be more. But who are we to pry? All we could take is what they tell us. To start prying, I thought that was just a little bit. I didn't like that too much. Winter then goes ahead and tells her story. She's telling her story because, of course, they bring it out. And Monique's like, yeah, well, Chris went and talked to Winter's husband, Kevin, and he's telling him the whole different situation. He bamboozled him just like he bamboozled her. And I'm like, you are way too invested, ma'am. Way too invested and speaking way too much of her business too freely amongst these people that y'all just met. Winter's sitting over there. Child Ashley basically states her opinion, and it's just shady. It is just shady. She's basically giving her, girl, you got married too fast. You didn't do your due diligence, honey, and that's why you're where you are now. I said, oh, Miss Ashley. Okay. But again, that's what I'm saying. Listen, that's when it started. I said, okay, well, maybe this is worth my Saturday. We got to hurry up and roll out the winter stuff. Winter and Ashley's clash is going to be the thing that could possibly hold us. I'm telling you right now. The Silvas and the Samuels, time management, storyline, 2 episodes, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it already. And that was it. The line that killed it for me and made me say, okay, I definitely will turn it back on, when that Ashley said I wouldn't get into a marriage with someone where without seeing where they live. I was like, ain't that the truth? That was Yeah, it's weird that there's a lot. It seems like there's a lot of layers and stuff to winter, and it just looks to me like winter probably should have a larger recognition than the show. Yeah, yeah. Ashley's the one that doesn't seem to have a storyline to me. Ashley is like put in a space. I think it looks to me like Winter should have the billing that Ashley has, and Ashley is the one to come in with the drama. But an actual storyline that sells is Winter. But again, Carlos is the master. We're gonna trust it, and we're gonna sit here. But I'm gonna say, episode 2, season 1 is a for me, but that's okay because I'm going to see y'all next week, and we're going to do this again, and we're going to see what happens in episode 3. But I had to be honest. I have to be honest because I didn't have anything really for you. I really didn't, and that's something I can't stand. As a reviewer, I do reviews. I don't do recaps. I talk about what caught my attention, and there wasn't very much that caught my attention. So that put me in a position. Okay? So, on that, listen, we're going to give it another go. We're going to roll with my Carlos, honey. We're going to roll with my Carlos King. We're going to come on back here. We're going to try this again next week. But this one was a hiss, boo, hiss. Just being honest. I'll see y'all next week. Later.